It is final mock draft time. Getting it right in under the deadline here.
This is commitment to the cause. Putting out a mock draft team by team the day of. You want to know why I'm talking so fast? Because I'm all jacked up on caffeine, damn it.
The 2022 NFL Draft starts tonight, and we will be covering every pick live here in the Sportsocracy. Tell you more about that in just a few minutes. But let's talk about what the New Orleans Saints need to do. They got 2 first-round draft picks. Some people have been saying they're going to trade up for a quarterback. Stop that.
I love how they've positioned themselves here because I know there's a player that they really like in this draft. To me, you got to come away from this with an offensive tackle, a wide receiver, and a safety. Later needs be a guard and a corner. Good thing is, no team hits their needs better in my final mock draft than the New Orleans Saints.
At number 16 overall, at ESPN Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene has them taking Chris Olave, the wide receiver from Ohio State.
Basically, what I've been told by people around New Orleans is they will sit at 16 and they will wait for whichever receiver falls in their lap, and there will be one of them. You look at Drake London, Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, and Garrett Wilson. One of them is going to fall. This happens every year. One of these receivers is going to fall. I like Olave with Michael Thomas. I think that gives you a second weapon. And with Jameis Winston, that's the big problem. He needs weapons, and he needs to be protected. I love 4 members of that offensive line. You need to replace Teron Armstead. Well, good thing is you have another first-round pick.
Yeah, that's been fully the plan, apparently, for the last few weeks, is that at number 19, they have fallen in love with the offensive tackle out of Tulsa, Tyler Smith.
The funny thing is they fell in love with him first, and now they've made the rest of the league do it. The talk of them trading up is to secure Tyler Smith. It ain't for a damn quarterback. They love this kid. And I'm going to be honest with you, with New Orleans, I've seen you do it with small school Teron Armstead. I just believe in you. I believe if you see him as a left tackle, that's not how I projected him. I thought he would be a great guard, and I think he could be a really good right tackle. But I'm evaluating for 32 teams. You're evaluating for 1. If your dad said he can do this, hell yeah. Raise hell, praise Dale, let's go. Tyler Smith at 19, one of the picks I'm the most confident with in this draft.
Dennis Allen built a hell of a defense and has guided a hell of a defense for the New Orleans Saints, so let's add to that defense. In the second round, 49th overall, Jaquan Brisker, the safety out of Penn State.
Malcolm Jenkins' replacement comes in, plays strong safety in the box right away, allows Marcus May to do what it is that he does, and I can tell you as a Jets fan, he does it really freaking well. Where he becomes a problem is when he doesn't – when you ask him to do something he's not comfortable with. The Jets asked him to replace Jamal Adams. That's a horrible idea. And he did it reasonably admirably, but he didn't look like a former second-round pick. In New Orleans, you can play that deep safety role. Jaquan Brisker's the in-the-box, just punishing hitter. Once I saw this, I couldn't unsee it. This is my favorite first 3 picks in this mock for any team.
98th overall in the third round. How about staying in the state of Louisiana and, taking a flyer on a guy who got dinged up, Damone Clark, the linebacker.
Oh, wait, did I say first 3 picks? I meant first 4. I'm going to do that one more time. I love Damone Clark. Would have been a second-round pick for me. Was tickling the taint of being drafted in the back half of the first round and then had the hernia, the back disc fusion surgery that's going to cost him his rookie year. If you're willing to wait, all you got to do is wait a year. Wait a year, and basically you are – you remember how you gave up capital for next year to get up to – replaced it. Replaced it because Damone Clark will be your first-round pick.
Yep.
And he will be every bit that kind of player. Everything I've heard from the medical, he will be fine. You just have to know that the first year's a redshirt year. Smart teams do this. They grab the player and go, hey, a year from now I'm going to get a first-round pick. When I said I loved how they positioned themselves, this is what I was talking about.
3 picks on day 3 for the New Orleans Saints, and I know you're going to talk about him. The 4th-round pick, Charlie Kohler. You can see the rest of the picks here on the screen.
You remember that thing I said about I loved your first 4 picks more than any team in the league? Let's go to 5. I love Charlie Kohler. I think he's a nice pairing with Adam Troutman, gives you another target. I know teams in the league are higher on Charlie Kohler than media members are, which is saying a lot because I love him. The other one I want to talk about, Eric Johnson, defensive lineman out of Missouri State. I've heard they're very high on him. They see him as what Sheldon Rankins once was, as just that penetrating defensive tackle that can get good surge, a little bit of a developmental piece, going to have to get past the level of competition, but a player that I know has been tied to New Orleans for several weeks now.
Join us tonight, tomorrow night, and on Saturday afternoon as we will cover all 262 picks of the NFL Draft live right here in the Ingles Studio.
700 hours of commercial-free drafting. We'll have instant analysis of picks, grades. We'll elaborate on the expansion team idea that I had last year where I have a finite pick in the draft and I have to take a player there to build my imitation 33rd team. We're going to drink beer, tell jokes. This will be just like watching the draft at a bar with your buddies. Only difference is there's no risk of a DUI. Don't drink and draft.
Who would you take? Do you like the pick? Do you hate the pick? Subscribe to the channel. Join us in the chat. We are the Democratic Republic of Sports, and we care about your opinions as much as our own. Well, maybe not in Jeremy's case, but I do. Always coming to you from the Ingles Studio. Ingles Supermarkets, low prices, love the savings. I'm Tank Spencer. He's at ESPN Draft Nerd Jeremy Greene, and we will see you tonight.